Hi, I'm Scott from Lower Deck Props. Today I want to show you some of my new animated graphical display control panels that I've been working on. But first, I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I've had this channel for quite a while, but this is my first time producing a video with me in front of the camera. I'm kind of calling this a soft launch of my channel. When I first started Lower Deck Props, my plan was to create really cool props for my own Star Wars room and then offer those same designs for sale to other builders. And then I would produce these videos to chronicle my progress along the way. Well, here's the current status of my Star Wars room. Yeah, let's just say that my room is still in the pre-production phase. And the reason for this is that I've had a fun distraction. I've discovered that I really enjoy making electronic graphical displays. Now here's my first display, and maybe you've seen it. It's a tactical HUD with an 8-inch screen, and over the last 2 years, I've assembled over 300 of these. And it's been really fun seeing how many of you have used these in your Star Wars rooms. This display is made from a commercial digital photo frame. It is a simple and, in my opinion, I think a pretty elegant approach because the digital frame includes everything that you need, the hardware and software to store and play video files, as well as providing sound. I've loaded multiple videos on here that I created, and as soon as you plug it in, it starts playing these videos continuously in a loop. And you can see that I have attached these metal rack handles to complete the look. But as I said, using a digital photo frame is a simple way to create a HUD display. For my Star Wars room, I wanted to provide an immersive experience, and this HUD display is going to be included. But my ultimate goal is to have multiple size displays that can be included in control panels and be operated with Star Wars style switches, and maybe even provide some interaction with the user. This caused me to look at different display solutions, one of which is a portable MP4 player used in this prop. This display and video player combo is about the size of a small cell phone, and it slides into place. It has sound and provides all the features of a digital photo frame, and it can play the same videos, but it has the drawback of being battery operated. The only way to turn on this display is to use the power button on the side, and then I need to select the video icon on the touchscreen. Select the video and then select play. Once you get it going, it looks good, which is fine for a display prop like this, which is intended for convention use for my Star Wars costume clubs. But as you can see, it's kind of clunky, and it doesn't support my goal of providing user interaction with control panel switches. I then looked at various small LCD screens and MP4 players, but once you add an amp and a speaker for sound, those options become very pricey. So that led me to look at using a microprocessor such as the Arduino. And then I came across this 2.8-inch display shield from Elegoo, or is it Elegoo? I don't know. But it plugs really easily into the Arduino. It connects all the pins. You don't need to do any soldering. I quickly learned that the Arduino is not powerful enough to play the videos that I had, but it can be used for creating really cool graphics. And there are options even for adding sound. Basically, you create code that manually draws lines and shapes on the screen. The code determines everything from the size and position of these drawn elements as well as the colors used. So using an Arduino display looked very promising, but it had been a very long time since I had done any computer programming, and I had no experience with writing code for the Arduino. But then I met Charles Jagar on the Star Wars Room Builders group on Facebook. Charles is a software developer in Quebec, Canada, and he has a YouTube channel called the Last Outpost Workshop. On his channel, Charles has several instructional videos of Star Wars props that he has created utilizing the Arduino along with a graphical display. In his videos, Charles shows how to do the wiring, setup, and programming. He has even made his source code available along with several useful graphical functions such as code to display text in Arabic. I purposely have not made my video here an instructional video because he does an excellent job at that on his channel. So if you want to learn how to make props with the Arduino, you really owe it to yourself to study Charles' videos. He's always been very helpful to answer my questions and help me with the code, and I'm sure he will help you too. Links for some of his videos are provided below in the show notes. So now that you know the full backstory and my thought process, let me show you my new line of animated graphical display control panels that utilize the Arduino. This control panel is made of 2 layers of laser cut acrylic. A back frame made from MDF is also cut from my diode laser, and it's used to hold the display and Arduino inside the panel. I'm calling this a drop-in display control panel because it is designed so that you may incorporate it easily into an existing project. Imagine this blackboard being your project. I provide you with a pattern so that you can drill the holes and make the rectangular cutout, and then the display control panel drops in and is secured with 4 cap head screws. From there, you just plug in the included USB cable to power up the display. This cable is what comes with the Arduino from the manufacturer. It's just 18 inches long, so depending on your needs, you may need to add a USB cord extension. You can buy extensions on Amazon, and I have found that some even include an on-off switch. If you select this display control panel, just be aware that this option likely requires a little bit more do-it-yourself skills than my other options to incorporate it into a project. Okay, now that you've seen the basic display control panel, let me show you 2 display control panel options to provide more functionality. Here we have a graphical display control panel with an on-off switch, and another control panel with an on-off switch as well as sound. You may recognize that these include a Star Wars toggle switch from David White at Whiteys Wicked Workshop. David has been a pleasure to work with, and his toggle switches really give these panels a signature Star Wars look. Each option is powered by a USB micro B cable that you will need to supply. As before, these are meant to drop into your project and secure with 4 cap head screws that are provided. Each of these have a back puzzle box enclosure made from MDF. This is used to contain and protect the wires and electronics. The back face of the enclosure is not glued. It's held together with tape just in case you need to access this inside for maintenance, but normally this will just stay taped shut. Being able to provide sound effects along with a graphical display was an important option for me. For this, I utilized the touchscreen feature that comes with the 2.8-inch Arduino display to provide volume adjustment when powering up. Just use the up and down arrows to select from 30 preset sound levels in the code, and then select the blue Accept button. The sound is powered by this Mini-MP3 Player that contains MP3 sound effect files stored on an SD card. Sound is delivered with an integrated 3-watt speaker. Here again, Charles Gigar was instrumental in making sound possible on this control panel. His YouTube channel has an excellent video on how to wire the Mini-MP3 Player to the Arduino and how to implement the code. I cannot thank Charles enough for all of his help. Okay, there's one more detail that I want to discuss. For each of these 3 display control panels, I have 4 options for the display graphics available to choose from. A map display, my vision of a Navicomputer, a radar display, and a status display. Each of these play for about 1 minute before repeating in a loop. This is something that you will select when ordering. As I bring this video to a close, I want to point out that I'm very aware that many fans pursuing a Star Wars room are not really interested in do-it-yourself approaches and would rather purchase a finished complete prop. Each 3 of my display control panels are available with an optional outer black acrylic enclosure to give it a finished look. These enclosures have inserts in back that allow you to mount it to a wall like you would a picture frame. Or for the 2 larger panels, they can sit nicely on display on a desk or shelf. Well, that's all for now. It's a new year and I have a lot of work to do on that empty Star Wars room. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button below, and if you want to follow along, please hit the subscribe button as well. I posted links below for those things that we discussed in this video, and if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please post those in the comments section. I'll be sure to respond to those. Thanks for watching.